setup. The label was in on it. Durk was in on it. E-Dog had said Durk was snitching a long time ago before it even came out the DA that he told him. That's about nobody else but you. Big Mike ain't got no OTF chain. Texas Hunter ain't got no OTF chain.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright, we're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, listen, y'all. Like I said on the Instagram, I wasn't going to make another video concerning, you know, King Von and Lil Durk and that whole situation. We made a gang of videos about it a long time ago when everybody, you know, labeled us conspiracy theorists and whatever. Now it seems like everybody making U-turns. You know, shout out to CSP. We're not referring to him. We just talking about everybody in general, you know, that's actually seeing things that's coming out, that's now questioning things that looks a little weird. You know, one being the DA saying that everybody else, quote unquote, was free of the charges. You know, when it just came out not too long ago that Durk, they say allegedly the charges with him and King Von and Bezu was dropped. They're saying she said that if King Von was alive, he'll be indicted for it. So if your boy Lil Durk would have been free of the charges, as well as Bezu, Hella Bands, and anybody else that was involved, and Von would have been the only one indicted, then what does that tell y'all? You know, but there's still people that chose to not believe what's really going on. I'm sure 9 times out of 10 it's a lot of fans that just don't want to believe the obvious, right? And the one thing that always, what they say, grind my gears, the one thing that grind my gears, or it don't get to me, but I just look at it funny. A lot of people are like, oh, you ain't from Chicago? Well, guess what? CSP is actually from Chicago. And the thing about it is, a lot of people know what's going on. I mean, it's clear as day, but people don't want to say anything because they have ties to certain somebodies. You know, it just is what it is. But that's why I said shout out to CSP, because he's actually from Chicago and he's saying this. So what are y'all going to say about him? What are y'all going to say to him? Oh, he's not from Chicago. He's not from the trenches. He don't know such and such. You know, that's the thing that we get all the time. You're not from Chicago. But it doesn't take being from Chicago to point out common sense. You see what I'm saying? So this is like a recap, because, you know, if you want, you go on the channel, you can already see a bunch of videos with us covering it, pretty much already saying exactly what CSP said, and just regular things in general. Now, the first thing that CSP, well, one of the things that CSP pointed out, he said, dudes woke King Von up while he was in the car, you know, and said that Quando Rondo was outside. You know, that's a red flag right there. First and foremost, if these guys supposed to be his protection, Von is the bag. Why wake Von up to go fight a fight and y'all all there? You see what I'm saying? Not to mention, we already know the 100K track, his stories got so much holes in it. We find out that he had some type of affiliation with the authorities. That's a whole nother story, so I'm gonna just nip that in the bud, right? Also, when it comes to Durk and Von not having such a good relationship before Von died, a lot of people don't want to believe that, but it's a lot of things pointing to that fact. You know, somebody mentioned in our comments on Instagram, and if y'all not following us on Instagram, make sure y'all do so now, at Hookah Anonymous _. Somebody pointed out, like, yo, y'all remember when Boss Top, you know, was on FaceTime with Von, and then he put the camera and it went to Durk, and once Von seen it, he pretty much pushed the camera away. Come on, that's clear as day. That's pretty much clear as day. Because if we friends and we cool, why do that? You know, somebody also mentioned that Bezu was involved in that case, right? We all know that they say Von and Durk couldn't be around each other because of that case, but Bezu and Durk was always around each other. And it's funny because somebody also pointed out, and I didn't even peep it myself, so y'all let me know if this is actually a fact or not, but they were saying how if you pay attention to the whole case, Von wasn't, you know, he experienced different treatment than Durk in that whole situation. You know, they came and got Von for that case. Durk was able to sit here and go turn himself in, make songs, the whole 9 yards. But they came and got Von and treated him like a real criminal. Meanwhile, like I said, Durk is sitting there making songs, turning himself in. He got the public watching him. He got the media following him, his lawyer, the whole 9 yards. So what does that tell you? Was they getting fair treatment or not? Right? Now, also when it comes to the whole snitching song that Von made, when he was saying, I don't know why he told, people believe it was about everybody except Lil Durk. Now CSP pointed out that Big A and all them other guys who they were saying he was referring to, they didn't have O Block chains. And when you think about it, right, you go back and you really look at, and this is why I like going back, because I think a lot of things happen where we tend to forget because this world is going so fast paced at this day and age that we forget things. We forget little context clues and everything. But anyway, remember that video when Von and Durk was in court and you seen how Von was reacting to Durk? Does that look like somebody that's happy with their co-defendant? And I'm not talking about anybody that's never been through the system, that's never been in them courtrooms, because y'all wouldn't understand. But some of y'all would. But this is mostly for the people that have been in that situation. When you watch Von's face and how he reacted to Durk, does that look like somebody that's happy with their co-defendant? Does that look like somebody that knows that their co-defendant is going to hold it down? No. And even Durk's body language. Does that look like somebody that's in cahoots or cool with their co-defendant? No. You know, so I think it's a lot of signs that points towards somebody. I ain't gonna say names, but we just gonna keep it real bland to say somebody is telling or told. You know, E-Dog spoke on it. Your boy Bezu, he done got songs with saying that, oh, dude I grew up with told and didn't keep it solid. Lil Reese got songs talking about dude I grew up with told, and all these dudes got these lyrics and stuff about somebody telling. Who are they referring to? Mimo. You know, who are they referring to? Nobody wants to flat out and say it because, you know, this man is who he is. But forget what they say. We're going to talk about the DA. The DA said in the article that if Von was alive, he'll be indicted for the murder. Plain and simple. So forget everything that we talked about, right? Forget everything. Forget you thinking that somebody told. Forget you thinking that it was this person. Forget everything. The DA said in an article that if Von was alive, right, he'll be indicted. So even if you don't want to admit that somebody told, right, it's clear as day that somebody told. Once again, if you ever been in that situation, you know exactly what's going on. I know anybody that's been, you know, in the streets or like I said, I don't try to sit here and differentiate or categorize anybody, but it's easier to speak to people that have been through the situation because they know exactly what's going on. They know the terminology of the courts, you know, rather than somebody that never been through something like that. When you hear that Von would have been indicted if he was still alive, but everybody else got the charges dropped, what does that tell you? You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. At the end of the day, I just wanted to make this video because I feel that CSP coming out as a Chicago blogger, YouTuber, I guess you guys will pay attention a little more. You know, it brings a little more clarity to the situation. So now, yeah, what are y'all going to say to him? You know, what are you going to say to to somebody that's actually out there, to somebody that actually feels the same way. What are y'all gonna say? He's a conspiracy theorist now? Them same fans that liked him for him and the content he was dropping prior to this, don't switch up and call him a conspiracy theorist now. You know, so you know it is what it is. Shout out to CSP, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how you feel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.